Hi everyone, it's Abdullah Samir. I have a personal update. My main Facebook account, which I've been using for over 5 years, maybe even longer than that, like I can't even remember how old it is, which I've had ever, as a Muslim and I used to post on regularly, I've become banned. I've been banned from Facebook for like the third or fourth time.